An individual cannot start living until they can rise above the narrow confines of their own individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all of humanity. Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. Now, we the people have been divided by a cult of individuality. Our social resilience, our ability as a community to work together is at an all-time low. Boxes, silos of separation, dividing up our nation, lines drawn across every township map. Race, religion, class, education, mass incarceration, mass media redlining the we into me, me, and me. Now we have been divided at precisely the moment when we together most need to work together to address challenges at a local and global level. Challenges far greater than any one of us here, far greater than any one hero. It's a time when Dr. King urged us to work through our individual differences so that we can work together to face these massive challenges for the greater good. And it's this dream which brings me here before you this eve. It's a dream that I know that many of you too share. Now, I'm not naive. I know how hard it is even for us to find peace in our own families. I'm a father of 5 children. Cue my 4-year-old son, Isaiah, Mom, pay attention to me, preventing my wife and I from having conversations deep. In moments like these, we breathe deep, release, do our best to plant seeds of peace by meeting our children's needs. But it's not easy. We together earning our PhD in patience. Now, as a tribute to family, I'm wearing this shirt that was worn by my grandfather, Larry. He was an immigrant from Poland. He weathered hard times, the Depression. He and his wife, Bernice, also of 5 children, raising their family, small farm in Indiana. Those were lean times, threadbare clothes, homespun, thrift shopping, out of necessity, not DIY cool. Now, as a young man, he moved to Chicago with his seeds, hoe, watering can, to find his own piece of the promised land, the suburbs. Now, fast forward 40 years, me, a young boy, humid garden rows, my little red wheelbarrow, picking cucumbers and tomatoes. He hunched over vines, hemp twine. Us together, though, turning that back alley plot into a veritable Eden divine, sharing our crops prized with neighbors in good and hard times. For me, it was a model of community, of what community can be. Now, my life in LA and Malibu was different. My mother, a model of generosity, my father off hustling on Wall Street. Me, a black sheep. Field of stars. Fast cars, Ferraris, plastic augmented parts. This world made no sense to me. Now, I put my head down. I worked hard, academics, progressed on to Stanford success, but I felt empty inside. I was looking for my part of that tribe of humanity, but instead just a black hole separation, keeping me from feeling whole. Oh, how I tried to fill that hole. Drugs, girls, rock and roll Pearl Jam at the Hollywood Palladium, the crest of waves ridden at Malibu, dreamy sunsets, tan bodies flex. But truth be told, life in Malibu far from perfect. Shorts there filled with pride, envy, greed, possessing of waves, sands, trees. Themselves a victim of this disease of individuality. So me fleeing from LA to Bay Area trees, wandering trails, meandering, forest baths my Prozac to counter depressive tendencies, meditating to wooded boughs, whispering, hiking snowy passes, disappearing. In nature at last I felt whole, as many of you know. But back in the city, I was lost in fog. Misguided childish pranks led to metal bar clanks. Me on a way less traveled to El Salvador, Geomed, hoping that I could spread love through medicine. Gunshots, glue huffs, rough, a legacy of military intervention, tough. Grenades on bus hops. But the rescue commandos there were heroes true. Los Salvadoreños, a good people too. They took me in as an ignorant American, made me a friend as I sent med school dreams packing. On return, a friend invited me to cross the Golden Gate Bridge to launch peaceful actions to protect redwoods from disrespect. They were being clear-cut, beautiful ancient trees down to the ground. We see VHS tapes being swapped, protesters locked down, eyes being prodded open, pepper spray, Q-tip stabs. Me, needless to say, a little bit mad. Anger, rage, rasa tungguye, rata tungguye, rasa tungguyo, rasa tungguyo. On all sides, pain, lack of understanding, separation between we environmentalists, loggers. See, one young lady, Julia Hill, loved these trees so much she filled a redwood tower with a platform stand, sat there unmoving for 738 moons grand. Overhead as rain squalls boom, she unmoving except for the tree sway. Her grandmother Luna uncut to this day. I was moved to commune with these beautiful trees, circles of redwood being cathedrals of bark and fern, being cut clear, like the burning of Jewish synagogues in Germany, Christian churches in Egypt, Muslim mosques in Minnesota, toppling of stones, mosques. These actions wounded me personally. They wound me personally. They keep me from feeling whole, searching for where to go, what to do. One man alone is a fool, I thought, or a mystic true. I had to know, who am I? On to a Silicon Valley foray, me playing that fool in a zero-sum game. Halls of mirror, power, and sway. Egos on parade, me ashamed. But back to Ojai, Ahe, my roots, the valley of the moon, saved not a moment too soon. Me becoming a father by teepee fire, sun sage, me becoming a man to wife and son at age 28. But even in paradise, children scream, wild beyond reason. Parenting is not as easy as it seems. And so, a moment of silence, if you please, for mothers, fathers, our true peacekeepers, and for Warren Miller, father of this theater. So how do we learn to work together for the greater good despite our differences, different perspectives? In our own family, we learn to keep the peace through a process called counsel, taught by the seasons, cycles, circles, healing. In counsel, we sit in circle, we pass a talking stick, speak from the heart, listen from the heart, reflect back on what is meant. This process likely saved my marriage. And in it we discovered the seeds of a new, old way of being, of working together, despite our different perspectives. Our compass was a purpose collective. We converted from an agency where my wife and I alone had agency to a technology cooperative, a workplace democracy, on a mission to serve communities with purpose-built technologies, serving communities with courage. Truth be told, though, designing for the we is not easy. It was terrifying. Bank accounts, paychecks, salaries, and benefits all laid down at the feet of friends dear, sharing ownership, surrendering control. A lot of fear. But let me say, there is a light at the end of this tunnel today, that it was the most amazing business decision that we ever made. The generosity, the responsibility, the goodwill our peers showed as we together tilled digital fields for those we serve, together earning our keep as we own what we make. Now, co-ops are purpose-built for this social resilience. It's a place where we all can belong and sing songs harmonious despite our different keys. It's a place where we together can seed a future for all beings. And like Dr. King, our commitment to love bold cannot be bought or sold, and this is rooted in that shared ownership. And this is my invitation to you, to divest just a bit of this individuality, to invest just a bit more in community, together designing the we, so that we can together plant seeds of a brighter future, a future in which our children and our children and our children's children can find their own cathedrals of ancient trees. Thank you very much.